Hello, Dr. Corey Hall here from the Bach Scholar channel and Bach Scholar Publishing. I thank you for being with me today. This is an update on the book Sight Reading and Harmony, the textbook that I've been working so hard on over the last year and especially over the last 4 months to get it ready for its printing and its shipping later in July. The date is still set for July 24th to have it be shipped out, so if you've ordered your copy for 40% off. I do thank you for that. Have patience, and it will get to you later in July or perhaps early in August. If you haven't ordered one yet, you still have 7 weeks to do so. The cutoff date is July 7th for the pre-order at 40% off. But I highly encourage you not to wait until then. Do it now, do it tomorrow, or do it the next day, or do it the next time you get paid. You will not regret it. This is an excellent book. I couldn't be happier with its progress throughout the last 2 months. There are many features that have been added that were not there in my last video 2 months ago and aren't even on the website yet. So this is an updated version of the book that I wanted to bring to your attention. Now, here's the thing. The pre-sales for a hard copy book only shipped anywhere in the world. Now, it will be available digitally via PDF on the Bach Scholar website, as is all the other fine Bach Scholar sheet music publications. The only caveat is this: it will be non-printable. So, if you're a digital person and you love to use tablets and iPad Pros such as this, and you don't really care to print it out, then that would be the thing for you. It will be fine. In fact, it just looks stunning. I've never seen anything look so crisp and clear as my book here on this iPad Pro. But that being said, if you wait till after the cutoff date, this will be available digitally around August, okay? But the price will go up. So if you want the 40% off pre-sale price, you need to order the hard copy version, because both the hard copy and the digital will go up in price after that cutoff date. This is a promotional sale, 40% off, so take advantage of it now. If it doesn't really matter to you much about paying a little more and getting your digital version, then you can simply wait till August and get your stunning looking digital version here. It's just absolutely beautiful on an iPad Pro here. I'm going to bring you through all the features that are on it. I'm going to bring you through the table of contents. We're going to in just a couple minutes. But before we do that, I want to just talk just briefly about Bach's 4-part chorales. The reason I chose Bach's 4-part chorales for sight reading material is simply this. If you can sight read Bach's 4-part chorales, you can sight read anything. Bach's 4-part chorales represent the absolute pinnacle of musical harmony in Western music. The voice leading never has been surpassed. Bach is the absolute ultimate master of musical harmony and voice leading. It also presents many difficulties for the pianist, the flexibility issues and things, and I have some nice flexibility finger independence exercises I've added here to this, as well as exams. Also, one of the features I've added are exams in being tested from grades 1 through 10 and also achieving a diploma called the Master of Harmony diploma. 2 features from Bach Scholar that you can see on the Bach Scholar website as soon as the book is published. So anyway, Bach's 4-part chorales are, you know, if you can sight read those, you can sight read anything. And so my whole purpose of this book is to focus on Bach's chorales in order that you, the pianist, or the musician, can work on your sight reading skills from the bottom up, from the ground level up, and by the time, you know, after a few years of working on this system, I guarantee that your sight reading will improve by leaps and bounds. I'm so excited about this book. It really is the finest, it will be the finest sight reading book ever in history, and I can say that with all honesty. So without any further ado, I want to bring you through this book. I'm going to change the view of the camera and walk you through the book here on the iPad. Okay, so let's work our way through this sight reading book here. It is 95% complete at the taking of this video. Sight reading and harmony. Progressive pieces for keyboard, grades 1 to 10, selected from 4-part chorales by J.S. Bach. Includes exam curricula for sight reading diplomas, grades 1 to 10, and Master of Harmony diploma. For piano, harpsichord, organ, or theory instruction. Excerpts from 150 4-part chorales and 10 complete chorales by J.S. Bach, systematically arranged and practically organized for the optimal learning of music reading and musical harmony, with an essay, exercises, practice rules, and exams by Dr. Corey Hall. That was the cover page. Here's the inside page here. This is the first page of the table of contents. The book is laid out in 3 parts. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 on the next page. Part 1 consists mainly of text explaining the system of sight reading that you will encounter in Part 3, and also explaining the exercises in Part 2. So Part 1, mostly text, consists of about 15 or so pages, not too long, but it's very highly detailed. It explains how to take the exams, how to administer the exams, and the grading system for the exams, both the sight reading diploma and the Master of Harmony diploma. Part 2, general exercises. There are several pages here of many very helpful exercises for learning how to play hymns and chorales, especially designed for playing those types of music. Here we have major and minor scales with diatonic chords, finger independence and legato exercises, the circle progression, a very useful exercise of progressions and up to the keys of 4 sharps and 4 flats, which teach students how to play around the circle of fifths with a very pleasing progression. And then Bach's common cadences, a couple pages on and a summary of the main cadences Bach used in his music, which is very, very helpful in sight reading. All sight readers need to know their cadences. Part 3, 150 chorale excerpts and 10 complete chorales. This is a alphabetical list of all the chorales that you can find in Part 3. So you just look at one of these numbers and that brings you to the page that you'll play for that excerpt. 10 complete chorales right here at the end. This is still the table of contents. It's a very useful table which has many interesting features. This is 150 chorale excerpts and 10 chorales arranged by key and occurrence. So this is the keys you play in. So if a teacher, say, wants to assign pieces in the key of A minor, the teacher can look here in A minor and select these pages of pieces in the key of A minor and so on. It's very helpful. And meters, time signatures of the chorales. Most are in 4/4, but there's also some others in 3/4 and so on. And the 150 chorale excerpts listed by composers of melodies. So here you have all the composers whose melodies were included here. Bach, surprisingly, did not write most of the melodies in this book, but he took the melodies from other sources. And so this is a very nice alphabetical list of the composers of melodies that you can look up the pages where their music is featured. Meters of the 100, oh, I'm sorry, that was a duplicate. I'm going to take that page out. And this is a very helpful table here in the table of contents. Cadences in the 150 chorale excerpts listed according to type. So we have authentic cadences, and then authentic cadences are subdivided into certain categories here, and the page numbers. So you can look up the page numbers. And after authentic, we have leading tone cadences, plagal cadences, half cadences, Phrygian cadences, and deceptive cadences. Those are the 6 main types of cadences Bach used in his music. Very important to know in musical theory, musical harmony, and also sight reading. And a short bibliography here of the sources used in this book. So part 1, introduction, essay, and descriptions. Here's a little advertisement for a website which will soon be running, which will feature tutorials on this book and more. So you can learn about that when you buy the book. wellroundedpianist.com. And right now this is still in process of being finished right here. So approximately 15 pages of text will be inserted here of explaining about the exams and about the system of sight reading and so forth. So once you finish those text pages, then you reach the general exercises in part 2. General exercises here, we have major and minor scales and diatonic chords. These will be in the hard copy book. The scales will be on the left page and the diatonic chords will be on the right page. So this page here on the left, this page here on the right, and it's designed so you can see the system of layout and the organization between the scales and the diatonic chords. So that goes through up through 4 sharps and 4 flats. And then after that section, we have finger independence and legato exercises. Some very, very useful and helpful exercises here in finger independence. Finger independence and legato is very important in the playing of hymns and chorales, and it is a technique not very often addressed by piano teachers and students. So these will be very helpful, really actually fun exercises, I believe, that I've devised for a certain degree of finger independence. Here are some double thirds. Look at that. That's nice to look at there. We have parallel double thirds and minor thirds and major thirds here. And also diatonic here, pentascales. That's a very useful technique. Then we have playing authentic cadences in all the major and minor keys. A nice little composition here for that purpose. The circle progression, an excellent, probably the most useful chord progression exercise that you can practice that's relevant to the playing of Bach chorales and the learning of musical harmony. So this is presented in major and relative minor keys up to 4 sharps and 4 flats to keep relevant to Bach's chorales. Most of the music in here only goes up to 4 sharps and 4 flats. A couple more pages I will insert here when they're finished of Bach's cadences. Part 3, 150 chorale excerpts and 10 complete chorales. This is the meat and potatoes of this book here. 150 pages of the system of sight reading that I've developed. Grades 1 and 2, grades 3 and 4, grades 5 and 6, grades 7 and 8, grades 9 and 10. So you have these lines that are increasing complexity, and in the middle you have a box which lists the chords used in these examples down here, grades 5, 6 through 9 and 10. So the chord box does not relate to these first 2 lines. So if you're, let's say if you're up to grade 4, you don't even need to worry about that chord box. Just worry about the lines up here. And then this goes through, not in any particular order, 150 excerpts from chorales, usually a couple phrases with a repeat. And it's really beautiful music, really enjoyable to play and excellent for all levels of piano. Beginners can start with these, slightly more advanced with these, and then advanced level can work on those there. And the system of testing, the exam system, is all laid out in part 1. It explains how to test, how to pass the test, the grading system, and so on. And so this goes on. And then you reach the end of the 150 pages here. And then you have 10 complete chorales here, so we can see the whole entire context. So you get little tastes of many chorales for 150 pages, then you get full chorales for 10 pages. These are arranged in order of difficulty, with a little historical information here and background information here. So these are arranged according to difficulty from around grades 5 and up. 10 chorales here. So you can see they get harder and harder as you progress here. And the final one here, very beautiful chorale, and then you have the end here. And that is sight reading and harmony.